Podcast. Hello and welcome to Emma's podcast. This is our last episode of the week. Yay! So we were talking on a previous podcast. Oh yes, let's get started. Sorry, I jumped the gun a little too fast on this one. Oh well. So we were talking on our last episodes about the feeling, the energy, because when I was younger, I didn't know. Nobody gives you the formula. Internet wasn't existing at that time, or it was military level, not civilian. Computer were the size of a room, so nobody had access to those. Now, learning to hop on the flow of and create your own path, your own opportunities. Well, unless you had a book about New Age, which wasn't much existing in Europe at that time, more here because of Dr. Joseph Murphy, Carl Jung, and others like that who paved the way. It wasn't as mainstream that it is right now in Europe. So you had to figure it out. Okay, how do I go and hop on the flow? First of all, when you're on the flow, it's like walking on water. It's like, holy crapola. Beautiful, lovely. Everything is just perfect. So that's one thing. Two was, okay, you can have a ton of mantras and repeat them every day. Oh, I am in the same level of energy of prosperity. I am this, I am that, blah, 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 blah. No, that's nice. That's cool. However, there is a missing ingredient. Yes, a very interesting, small missing ingredient, which is the feeling. How do you feel? You need to impress your subconscious to be able to go straight to what we call it, the universe. So how does it feel? How do you create this movie in your head? On how do you feel? That's where your imagination comes to play. This is like a TV show, okay? A movie that you're the main actor or actress. And then how does it feel? Bring that energy within you to feel it. Like it's already there. It's not I will, it's I have. Right here, right now. Here we go. I have it. It's done. That takes a lot of exercise, because when you hop on that flow, you are at the same frequency than the flow. Those are all energy. We are energy based, okay? We're the physical, the emotional, the spiritual bodies, but that energy has the fields. Our fields emanate energy 24/7. It does. The good, the bad, the ugly, it does. So we need to harvest that powerful energy. We need to look at it and say, okay, what do I want to experience? Now, you need to realize something, because a lot of people are going to say, well, I'm infatuated by somebody, and that just came up right now. So the universe is telling me we need to talk about that. Yay! So let's talk about my favorite thing. And you have somebody that you're infatuated with. Also, then you're like, oh, I'm drooling over that person. Oh, I'm in love, blah, 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 blah. Problem is that if it's not reciprocated, if the person is not in love with you, has no feeling towards you, then the free will comes into account. So trying to dream of being with that person when that person has no feeling toward you will go nowhere. And a lot of people are frustrated because they're like, well, I don't understand. I'm trying to make things happening and it doesn't happen. Yes. Remember, free wills. Remember, things are not going to be the way we want most of the time. Let the universe in. Like Dr. Joseph Murphy said, we are our worst own enemies because we have a tendency to want to do things the way we think it is when we don't have the bird's eyes view. That's why the universe has the bird's eyes view. Obsessing about somebody and wanting to create something with somebody that is not for our highest good because there is a reason to it. That person is not there for us. It's because there is something even better behind it. Door number 2. Don't try to take number 1, because number 1, you're going to hit your skull on that because it's never going to open. Okay? So you have to understand when you're co-creating, it's not, I want Brad Pitt, I want George Clooney, Liam Thorne, I want whoever you want. It's not. Or it's going to be the girl at school or the boy at school or whomever you're infatuated about. You have to remove this and create something more neutral. So, if you want to meet somebody, then let the universe bring you that person, the right one, not the Quasimodo, not the half-baked. Because imagine you're forcing for somebody that is never going to love you. And you're going to be disappointed because that person may be going to stay for 5 minutes, but will leave because they're meant to be with somebody else's. We don't want this. We want the ever after happily, not the 15-minute ride and be slammed in the face, because this is not what we want it for. So when you co-create, bring the perspective of how does it feel to have that mate in your life, that person that cherishes you, loves you, then they think the world about you. How does it feel to see love through their eyes and see them as absolutely handsome and beautiful and cute and whatever you want to call it? How does it feel to have somebody where you can lean your head on their shoulders and close your eyes and have beautiful conversation? How does it feel to walk outside with that person, going for dinner, do things like that? Look at this and let the universe bring you the right person. Be open-minded as well, okay? Because one thing that I encounter with a lot of the clients that I have is that, oh, good Lord. And it happened to me too, which is funny actually in the past. Except I made my own conclusion. I had nobody ringing the doorbell for me. I figured it out. It's like, okay, if you always date the same kind of people and you end up with the same result, what does that tell you? That tell you that it's the wrong one, and you need to walk away from that type of people. Okay, like, oh, I'm so in love with the bad guy, and I'm so in love with this and that, and at the end of the day, you're looking at it, it doesn't work at all. It is not working at all. And it's like, well, we're wasting our time here. However, if I let my mind open, and that person had something, maybe you strike a conversation, maybe you're interested because there is something going on that attracts you to that person, but that person is totally different to the people you use to date. Totally different. But you're more at ease. You're feeling home. Well, that tells you something, because the person's going to stay for a long haul, not 15 minutes and then you go to the same drama you've been before over and over and over again. Look at your patterns. You know, people will discount some people because, oh my God, he doesn't have a suit. Okay. Well, honey, do you guys with the suit, are they with you? No. So what does it tell you? Not much, isn't it? Don't try to put a description, you know. Sometimes you'll be surprised. When I was younger, I used to go out a lot with guys who were blonde, blue eyes. Don't ask me why. That was my cup of tea at that time. Well, now it's a little bit different because it's darker hair. Still light eye color for some unknown reason, but again, darker hair, which is funny. You know, we laughed about it with my sister way a long time ago. I was like, yeah, you're not gonna be there. We're the opposite side. It's like, yeah, you did. I'm like, yes, I know, but still I'm not blonde. But now I'm not as attracted to the blonde than I used to before. Change of perspective, because instead of looking at the outside package, which the outside package is good, okay? But it's not superficial. It's what's inside. What is the substance? What is the essence of that person? So think when you co-create and want to bring Mr. or Mrs. Right. One, just picture how it feels. Now, remember, and I talked a lot about it, desperation, fears will push away the flow. So you need to try to relax. I know, easy said and done. And then you can picture how does it feel to maybe take a trip. Imagine you're taking a trip with that person, the Riviera or Venice or wherever you want. Maybe Mount Kilimanjaro, doesn't matter where, space, Mars, whatever, in your dream. But think about it. Think how it feels. And have that sensation. So when you're going to meet that person, you're going to know right away and say, yeah, that's that person. And you're like, wow, I would never imagine I will go with that person because this is not the type I used to date. Yeah, but the type you used to date do not work because you will be with somebody. Think about it. Think about the pattern. Oh, yes, I like the bad boy. Oh, good for you. See them in jail, sweetie. Or when they invite a third party in between, just good luck with that, sweetie, but not what you want. You want somebody that brings you the fun, because it doesn't mean meeting somebody that is not the typical type you go out with. They're going to be boring. There is some great people who go to fantastic adventures. They always go hiking, they travel. It's fantastic. So open your mind for that. Okay? It doesn't mean you need to jump on the first one you see, but open your mind and start to learn who they are. That's the key. So when you co-create, this is the base. Same with a job. It doesn't mean like some people sometimes obsessed, been there done that, with some position, but the position will not go through because it's not meant to. Okay, and it's a good thing at the end. You will realize sometimes it's like, thank God I avoided that disaster because I don't want to be in their shoes because it's hellhole for them. It's like, oh my goodness gracious, thank God. A no is a protection from God, quote unquote. So think about it. Think about everything that has to be done and understanding that, yes, when we're doing this, the life of 1,000, it's exactly who we are meant to be. Now, co-creating is the key. Now, for a job, instead of obsessing for, oh, well, I want that promotion, I want that new job, relax and say, okay, I am working in a fantastic environment with great people. I am happy. I am joyful. How does it feel every day? I'm smiling. I'm talking to great people. I'm helping the company. I'm doing such a great new job. My boss is happy. Everybody is great. And I see my paycheck and I'm so happy, so where I need to be. Then you can look at and say, okay, I'm going to apply for that job. I'm going to look for the promotion, or I can look for an outside job as well somewhere else. And let the universe guide you where you need to be. Have a little faith. Push yourself to the next level. So this is the kind of things that you need to look at. We all need to look at. It's a great reminder for me as well, because how does it feel? And it's not I will, is I am. I already have it. Thank you, universe. I'm having such a blast. And I have done that many, many times for jobs and everything else that I brought along the way because I created that opportunity. I attracted the flow. The universe wants to help us all the time, in a good, the bad, and the ugly situation. But we need to adjust our energy level. We really, really need to do this. And in order to do this, we need to elevate our energies. We need to match. Like I said in a podcast, I don't remember if it was podcast 1 or 2 for this week. Don't recall. It's a little too much sometimes when I'm doing things like, don't ask. The universe has so many downloads right now that I'm not remembering everything. And I don't listen, by the way, again, my podcast when it's in a box, unless I know this is a bad one, which happened only once, I think. Then I deleted one and I had to redo it because it was not the one that I wanted to deliver. But I will not listen to my podcast again. I just let it flow, let it run. That's how we roll here with the universe. However, think present tense. Think how it feels. You already have it. It doesn't matter if you don't have it or not. You already have it. Okay? It seems impossible, but we can make the impossible possible. This is why we're here today. Make the impossible possible. I have seen miracles in the worst of the worst time that really blow my mind. And I've seen it firsthand. Things that were so wrong that was at the last minute the universe made a U-turn and it was like, thank God. But you have to think, what do you want to experience? Elevate your energy. If your energy is down, like lower energy, I'm going nowhere, I'm being influenced by others telling me that I only do this and that, or they see me as their golden ticket and they take you down with them, that is not what you want. What you want to do is elevate your energy, elevate your frequencies. Like I said earlier, in one of those 2 podcasts, use a very simple sentence, which is, I am at the same frequency. I am at the frequency of prosperity. I'm vibrating at the frequency of prosperity. I'm vibrating at the frequency of infinite opportunities. I am vibrating at the same frequency of health, wealth, love, whatever you want. So I am a co-creator. That's what I do. So I elevate my energy. If your energy is down, well, you're not going to produce anything then crap. If your energy is elevated, like I am doing it today, then this is what boosts you up, okay? Hope, faith. That's what makes us who we are. That's the driver in our life. Faith and hope. Faith that the universe has my back. Hope that everything's going to turn out even better. Like I always said, and we are doing a full moon tomorrow, which is the 5th, because we're the 4th. So a week, that's our last episode. So last Friday, it's sitting down, really seeing everything and keeping our energies higher. It's eclipse season. So you are not going to want to miss a bit. Doesn't matter if we're in Mercury retrograde, then a lot of people are feeling it more than others. You got more people aggressive. You got some crazy things until the 15th. That's just fine. However, elevate your energy. That's what it's all about. Continue to elevate your energy. And if you want to match with an energy you don't know the frequency, just say it. I am vibrating at the frequency of love. I'm vibrating at the frequency of prosperity. I'm vibrating at the frequency of wealth. Just by saying this, you are feeling it. Your heart chakra, you should feel your heart chakra because I'm feeling it right now. It's wide open. It's like now I'm connecting with the universe. Now I'm transmitting that. Now I'm in the flow of prosperity. I'm in a flow of wealth. I'm in a flow of health. I'm in a flow of joy. I'm in a flow of creativity. I'm in a flow of being limitless. Why not? Decide what you want and still doing it in the morning, at noon, in the afternoon, at night, just before you go to bed. Those are the frequency because, it's like a thermostat. It will go down if you don't care. You need to attend to your garden. And that's the same thing with your energies and the frequencies. Same thing with your mantras. People have a tendency, that reminds me actually. I'm interrupting myself right now. It's very funny. People have a tendency, coming the 1st of January, everybody is going to get their membership for health gym, to the gym. We're all going to go over there. We're all going to lose the weight. We're all going to be working out. I remember 2 decades ago when I was used to go at the gym over there because I do it, I'm doing my yoga and stuff like that aside. I have to do a little bit better with my yoga. But going back, doing my things at home, people used to go. I used to see them flocking. It was like full. And I'm like, what is wrong with those people? We don't see them the rest of the year, but they flock in, coming in January. Well, guess what? By February, by the end of the month, like in January, they were starting to fade out. And by February, we get the usual people who are going there. The others, they did not show up again. That was done and done. So realize that, your expectation to get things on a platter, silver platter in 15 minutes, it's a nice, sweet dream. However, it takes time for the universe. You have to remember what you want or wish for will happen and materialize if you do the work. Meaning, I am going to imagine and dream it. I am going to feel it. And then I'm going to do the steps. And some steps are going to come along very interestingly. Okay? I said something way long time ago as an example. And I jokingly said actually in some of my podcasts that I want my dogs to test toys. You know why? Because my dog, when they say it's an indestructible toy, I'm like, really? Well, let me give it to Daddy and see what she think about the indestructible toys. While it happened now, I can do it. Actually, I do test some of the toys, which I'm very happy because I'm telling you, my dogs are like, we have three. We have Lulu, that is officially 1. Daddy is officially 4 now because she's a May girl too. I'm telling you, those 2, and plus Makapu, because Maka is the king of the toys. Those are all of his toys. They are testing it. So when you're buying things, you want to make sure that, when you're buying them, you don't want anything to be destroyed in less than 5 minutes. So I always said it jokingly, and it's happening right now. See? Sometimes you can say things that happen. It's like, yeah, I wanted my dogs because they're my dogs. She can chew on, so is Mac, and they can destroy those. So I want them to test and see if they like some of the toys. They don't. Well, they're doing it, which is awesome. So, and I'm not here to brag, but this is an example. The house that I talked about, when I materialized my house, I had specific requirement. Big place, tall windows, tall ceiling, space because I needed to breathe, green, quiet. I got everything I asked for and some more. But I let the universe bring it to me. The first 3 houses that I saw, I didn't like them. One was the Rambler. Another one was, it was so weirdly done. It was like too small for the kitchen. Everything was the room were too small. And the third one, I don't remember. I didn't like it. It was just the design wasn't what I liked. It wasn't flowing, etc., etc. But the fourth, number 4, it didn't took us like the other coworker I had at that time, who went and did 40 a house, and she sat on something she didn't like it either, which was weird. I was like, holy crap! And every day she would go 4 houses per day, and I'm like, whoa, that's a little too much for me. It's like, holy crap. And this, as I said, they settled to something, they didn't like it. It was not the house they wanted. And pushing things is not helping. But if you think back and said, okay, this is what I would like in a person. I'm not going to look at the physique of the person. I'm going to look at their traits, their attributes. What is added value to me? The physics will come afterwards, not a problem. But I'm not going to start to describe Brad Pitt and expecting Brad Pitt to show up at my door because he's probably busy with somebody else's than me. Think about this one. So, yes, and I do speak French too, so it could be sweet, but this is not happening, people. So, that's a simple example we give to you guys, but think about it, okay? If you're obsessing about somebody else's, remember free will. They have their own free will. You cannot take over their free will no matter how hard you're going to try. You're going to creep them out. Yeah, they're going to be creeped because of you. They're going to find you creepy and dangerous, which you're probably not to start with. But think about it. The job is the same thing. If somebody, and I said it several times, I saw somebody who wear, people who wear, I forgot the word in English. Promoted. And they were not good workers and should not. But I still wish them well. I'm looking at it, smiling, like, well, good for you. And I'm like, hey, out of my way. Woohoo. But some people who took other jobs and I did not feel it was fair, but it's like, no, it's how it's run, but that's fine. Universe has a reason for that. So think about being grateful, having gratitude for what you have, and start to think, what do I want next? What do I want to co-create? And let that come to you, okay? Sometimes you're going to have to clean up house before you can get what you want, because you need to clean up your house. The universe is not going to give you, when you're dealing with crap, the golden goose. The golden goose will come when you clean up your crap. And that it does to everybody, including me. So think about it. Think about what you want to do in your life, how you're going to make it happen, and go with the flow. So this was our last podcast for the week. Yes, it is Friday on this podcast, and we don't know what we're going to be talking about it next week because we don't have a clue. I will keep you posted about the tree, the story of the tree, actually, the tree story, because that's a beautiful one that I just sent to my friend Jenner today. So he's gonna put it in a can, do a beautiful music composition, and release it, and I can't wait to hear how it turns out. So all my love, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye now. Universe podcast.